Okay.
Namaste, everybody. Welcome once again. Today, we're going to do a video on the significance of the upcoming Mahashivratri. So I've been joined by Dr. Aditya Togi. He's, welcome, Aditya. Welcome on. Santip and Eve were not able to join this session, today. So it would have been lovely if they were there as well. But they were not able to join because we didn't plan this well in advance. So this was at very short notice that we thought we will do this video. And okay, so what I'm going to do is, we're going to talk about Mahashivratri, which is on the 18th night, 18th of February 2023. Now, every month there is a Shivratri that is celebrated on the Chaturdashi Tithi, which is the fourth lunar day of the month in the waxing phase of the moon, which is Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi, is celebrated every month as a Masika Shivratri. Now, amongst these 12 Shivratris that happen in a year, which happens in the Amanta Masa, which means in South India we follow the Amanta, which means from new moon to new moon. So in the Magha month in South India, and when you go to the North India, it is the Purnimanta Masa, which means it is from full moon to full moon. This comes under the Falguna month. Typically in the Gregorian calendar, you would see that this festival of Mahashivratri or the Masik Shivratri typically falls either in February or in March. Okay, so let's go to understand about why is this Shivratri very, very important. Why of this Masik Shivratri is amongst the 12 Shivratris that we celebrate every month. Why is this one called as a Mahashivratri? Now, there have been a lot of legends, Puranic stories, which are aligned with this significance of Mahashivratri. So some of them I will definitely share with you. So one of the popular belief is the appearance of Lord Shiva in the form of a flaming Agni Linga that came about because there was an argument that was happening between Brahma and Vishnu, and there was a huge pillar of fire flame which happened, and to find the origin, Vishnu decided to go towards the Patala Loka, which means the nether world, going down. He took the form of a wild boar in the Puranas, and he went digging. And Brahma, to find the top of the lingam, he took the flight on a swan, and he went northwards, which means skywards. So this is the appearance of the flaming Agni Linga happened on this particular day, is what some people believe. The other significations which have been given is they say that the union of Shiva and Shakti happened on this particular day. And this is very popularly celebrated in a place where they were supposed to have exchanged or their vows, the marriage vows that happened. It is still called as Triyugi Narayan. This is also a temple in a place called Rudraprayag in Uttarakhand, which is about 6,500 feet from the sea level. And there is a fire which is still, flaming, which is called as Akhanda Dhuni. So it is believed that Brahma became the Purohit or the priest, and Vishnu, organized all the arrangements for this festival. So you can, if you ever go to Triyugi Narayan temple, it is also called as Akhanda Dhuni temple. That is believed that is where their marriage happened. Shiva and Parvati's marriage happened there. And this happened on this particular day is what is believed. The other belief is Shiva also did his Ananda Tandava, which means his cosmic dance on this particular day. Some also believe that this is the day when actually Shiva came out from his deep meditation, and he started teaching the Saptarishis in silence as Dakshinamurti. So these are the common popular belief. So Aditya, you can give us also what is the significance of this if you have come across any other legends, Puranic stories that is very popularly known. So please share it. Also, to tell us if this year, when is this happening? What are the timings and other things? You can share it with our audience.
Great. Great, Dr. Pai. Thank you. Thank you. First, I'll give some astronomical significance of this festival and may share some couple of stories too about Shivratri and what one should do, and some significance maybe which will help us to understand what is this Shivratri about. So see, we in festivals we have two, we have Navaratri and we have Shivaratri. Navaratri, the two Navaratris come. One is basically in the Chaitra month after Gudi Padwa or after the new year. The first in the Chaitra month, the first 9 days of Chaitra month. That is a Navaratri. That is Ram Navami. When it is celebrated, and also which comes exactly around 6 months later when the sun is in around Libra, or maybe in Virgo Libra part, but when that is Shardiya Navaratri, or which we call as the Garba or the Dasara. Dasara is the 10th day, and these are dedicated to, that is dedicated to goddess. And Shivaratri is something which is dedicated to our friend Mr. Shiva. And let's see what's happening with respect to the dates and the times accordingly. So we all know that the month is made up of 15 days of waning phase of moon, or waxing phase of moon, and then the 15 days of waning phase of moon. Okay, so waxing and waning, it's almost like 15 days, about 15 days, 15 days for waxing, 15 days for waning makes a complete month. Okay, fine. And the 14th day, on the 14th day of the waning phase, 14th day of the waning phase, that is called as the Shivratri. So there are 12 months, there are 12 Shivratris that come in a year. The 14th day of the waning phase. What is the waning phase? When the moon wanes, that means the period between the new moon to the or the full moon to the new moon. Moon is reducing. There are very less festivals, if you see, which comes in the waning phase. For example, one is Krishna Ashtami, which is also in the waning phase. One is Shivaratri, which is very near to the Amavasya Tithi. Not Amavasya, just one day before Amavasya, or the one day before the new moon day. So we have 12 months, we have 12 Shivratri. But the Shivratri of the Magha month, or Magha month is called as Mahashivratri. Okay. So 12 Shivratris, the Shivratri which comes in the Magha month is known as Mahashivratri. Now let's see the timings and all. Maybe let me share my screen. I hope you can see the screen here. And maybe I need to. Is it? Okay, you can see the screen. I hope you can see this slideshow probably. Play from the current slide. Okay. Now it's the 14th day, they say. The 14th day of the waning phase. So that means what? Now 14th, see, it is of Chaturdashi. Chatur means 4, Dashi means 10. So 4 plus 10, 14th day. Now if you see, when the moon and the sun are together, that is called as Amavasya, or for new moon day. If moon is 12 degrees from that point of junction of sun and moon to the 12 degrees before, from that point to the 12 degrees before, that is called as the Amavasya Tithi, plus 12 more degrees will be the 14th day. So actually the Chaturdashi Tithi starts when the moon is 24 degrees behind sun till 12 degrees behind sun. That is when the Chaturdashi Tithi starts. So here, right now, I've taken a date, February 18, 2023, which is tomorrow at 8:34 a.m. at Dallas. So this is Central Standard Time. Okay. On February 18, 2023 at 8:34 a.m. Central Time, or the Chicago time, you can see the sun's position is 5 degree 29 minutes in Aquarius. If you do minus 24 degrees, you will around 11 degrees 29 minutes should be coming in Aquarius, in Capricorn. Okay, So that's when the tithi will start. 11 degree 29 minutes is same as 11 degree 30 minutes. So that's when the tithi will start. Okay, fine. And so the tithi, Chaturdashi tithi starts from that time. Okay, fine. Now, if you want, for Indians is a when is for them. This is a central time. So for Indians, you have to add 11 and a half hours because Indian standard time is 11 and a half hours from the central time or the Chicago time. So 8:34, if you add 8:34 a.m. here, so if you add 11 and a half hours, it will be February 18, 2023 at 8:04 p.m. in India. That's when the Shivratri Tithi will start. Okay, so we know the starting date. Now, till when the Shivratri Tithi, or not Shivratri Tithi, I should say Chaturdashi Tithi starts. That night is called Shivratri. Shiva Ratri, night. So the Chaturdashi Tithi will start in India from February 18, 2023, 8:04 p.m. Okay. So far, so good. Am I clear? Okay. And then we will say till when the Shivratri Tithi will last. Chaturdashi Tithi will last is when the moon is 12 degrees behind sun. Sun is at 6 degree 20 minutes. So if you minus 12 degrees, it will be 24 degree 20 minutes in Capricorn. That is when the Shivratri or Chaturdashi Tithi will end. And that's happening on February 19, 2023 at 4:49 a.m. in Dallas, which is February 19, 2023 at around 4, if it is 4:49 here, it will be 4:90 p.m. in India. Okay, so 18th night it will start in India at 8:04 p.m. and it will last till February 19th, 4:19 p.m. So when you are getting the night is February 18th and 19th night in India is when you have to observe Shivratri. Same thing here for even in US. If you are in New York or if you are in Chicago time, that night, when are we going to get the night? That 18th and 19th night again. That's the time for Shivratri. So 18th and 19th night in India, 18th and 19th night in US also. If you are in Los Angeles or somewhere in the Pacific time zone, then this will be, as here I mentioned, it will start at February 18, 2023. Instead of 8:34 in Central Time, it will be 6:34 in Pacific time zone or in Los Angeles. 6:34 a.m.
And when 9:34 a.m. in EST, Eastern Time Zone.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, this timing which I have shown in this is Central Time. So whatever time you have, I've displayed here. If you want to do it India, add 11 and a half hour. Whatever time I have shown here, add 1 hour to get EST, Eastern Time. And whatever time which I have shown here, you subtract minus 2 hours, you will get the Pacific time zone. Okay, so timing is perfect. So wherever you are, mostly that at night of February 18th or 19th night is coming in, is becoming important. That's when the Shivratri night is. Okay, so I think wherever you are in the world, probably we have got the timings. Same thing will happen even in if you are in UK or somewhere else too. Correct? Okay. Okay. Now I want to just say what nakshatras and all. See, Shivratri, what do you, that's a, first of all, Shivratri is what? We offer prayers to Lord Shiva. We offer water, we offer leaves, the bael leaves especially. That is what is offered to Shiva. We pray Lord Shiva and all. Now, when you see the act of offering water, offering milk, or offering bael leaves to Shiva, is exactly the theme of Shatabisha. Basically, what is Shatabisha? Or not Shatabisha, even Aquarius. Aquarius is water bearer. The water is flowing down. And remember, where is the sun? Sun is close to Tanishta. In fact, sun is coming very close to End of Dhanishta, start of Shatabisha actually. Now, dates may go somewhere here and there, depends. Shivratri can come sometime. Now, here, especially if you see the sun is coming in Dhanishta, sometimes it may happen that the sun may come in. Most of the time, it may happen that the sun will be in Shatabisha also. So, the act of, see, what I want to point is how the theme of celebrating Shivratri with the pouring of water is very much coincident with where the sun's position in Aquarius is. Its sun is in the water barrel, and sun is also the themes of Shatabisha, or the themes of not Dhanishta, but actually Aquarius themes can clearly see. What is Shivratri? Shivratri, why do we celebrate Shivratri? See, there is a story called Lubdha. I don't know whether anyone knows this story. Some of you may know he was a hunter, and there's a story behind that. What he is, he was a hunter. He did go to a jungle to hunt. He lost his way. He lost his way. Okay. See, all the themes, you have to understand the themes, and you can understand what is the significance of this festival. So he lost his way, and it was night, and he said, what to do now? Totally night, and where to go? So he took a shelter under a tree, and he sat on that branch of that tree. And then he was like, oh, I should not go to sleep because there are wild animals in the jungle. And if I go to sleep, they may attack. So he climbed on a tree and started to pluck the leaves. And then what he was doing is, while plucking, and then he was plucking that one leaves and then throwing it down. He did not realize that there was a Shivlinga beneath that tree, or near that roots of the tree. And he just keep on doing that the whole night. And finally, the morning, I think it was already morning by then, and he was saved from that. And he had dropped almost like 1,000 leaves, basically, one by one, one by one. So it was like he actually prayed Lord Shiva. And it was a Shivratri night, that too. He prayed Lord Shiva, and then finally he had like no free from all the animal terror from animals and all those things. And he finally, the whole theme, okay, this can be a story, but what you understand, praying Lord Shiva can remove that fear from your, whatever fear you have in your mind, or the negative things in your mind. You can be freed from that. By of what did he do? He plucked that tree leaves and he offered. Maybe offering of 1,000 leaves to the Shivlinga can help you to get free from the from your from your fears that you have in your life. He was saved from animals, probably. Now, saving from animals can be a theme, like getting saved from people who can harm you, or some other problems in life which can be. So Shiva may give that protection to you. So that's why people generally do. And what has happened was, he was in the jungle. He did not eat anything. He was just like, he had nothing to eat. He lost his way. So what to do? So he actually kept a fast, in fact. So he kept a fast. He dropped that leaves. It seems like he kept a fast and prayed to Lord Shiva. That's what people do. They keep a fast for that whole day, and then they pray to Lord Shiva. And after giving prasad or the offerings to Lord Shiva, then only they intake the food. So that's what the story is, probably. And that's the theme, basically, actually. Uh, Praying to Lord Shiva on this auspicious day can be very, very useful to get free from the negative emotions and all. And that's what it is. So especially during the night of Lord Shiva, especially this is a night where I will strongly suggest, or maybe to meditate on the Lord Shiva, maybe do some japa mala and all to Lord Shiva. That will be very helpful. Uh, if possible, go to a temple. If not, at least you can do Manas Puja, imagining a god in your mind and doing the puja and chanting, basically. And I think even that can give wonderful results. Forget about results and all, just do it, with no expectations. And night, as I told, February 18th, 19th night, take a seat, relax, if possible. If you can do fast, fine. If you cannot, if you have any body problems, health issues, no need to. But if it's good, if you can, that will always. Fast is nothing, but I always feel that it helps to keep your body little bit calm, quiet. I always eat a lot, correct? So I know I should give my body a rest. And being a Saturday, I think Saturday no one goes to work. It will be a holiday. So you can fast, that's better, because if you go to work, you need a lot of energy and all. So if keep having a fast on that day will be a problem. But being a Saturday, being a weekend, I think that's the best time which we have got. And having doing that, praying to Lord Shiva on 18th night, I think that will be a wonderful thing to do. Yeah. Sorry, I did go beyond my time limit. I never realized.
No. This was beautiful, Aditya, that you shared the story of this hunter who was sitting on the tree and who was dropping the bel patras on the Shivlingam. That is a very beautiful story that even I've heard when I was growing up as well. So thanks for sharing that. Now, one thing that I have always had this question, and maybe probably if you have some insights on this from an astronomical perspective, also you can share, Aditya. Uh, because what I want to kind of unravel is why amongst all the Shivratris, this Shivratri is considered to be very auspicious. Now, there are certain combinations that I'm seeing in this. The first combination that I want you people to observe is sun is always in Aquarius when Shivratri, Mahashivratri is happening. So the lunar month and the solar month, whenever the sun is in Aquarius, that is when Mahashivratri. Is that correct, Aditya, to say that always sun will be in Aquarius when Mahashivratri is taking place?
Sun will be in Aquarius most, I think, yes. Sun will definitely be in Aquarius if the Shivratri date is coming before 14th Feb. Generally, that doesn't happen. Most of the time, Sun will be in Aquarius. Moon sometimes can be, for example, this time, Moon is in Capricorn.
Yeah. Hmm.
Because
So,
Moon is,
but
and
20 degrees, which means moon always has to be in Capricorn then.
not necessary. Sometimes it can be in the initial degrees of Aquarius also.
Okay, it can be initial degrees of Aquarius also. That means sun will be somewhere in Aquarius, but it will be more than 24 degrees.
Yeah.
So it can go to Purva Bhadrapada also. It can be in Shatabishak or it is in Dhanishta. But generally, we say that sun will be in Aquarius. And that's why we say Aquarius is the sign which is associated with Rudra. That is Rudra.
Correct.
It's the natural 11th house, which is also Badaka.
Yeah.
Okay, Aquarius. So any Badha related problems in your life, then who is the go-to person? It is always, Shiva, Rudra. Because he's the only god who came forward to have the halahal, which means the poison which came out from the churning of the cosmic ocean. Point number one. So that means the moon can be in Saturn's Rashi always when this is happening. So which means it can either be in early stages of Aquarius or it can be in Capricorn. So that means Saturn will definitely be playing an important role because Sun and Moon invariably during Mahashivratri has to be in Saturn's Rashis.
Exactly. True.
Now, very important point that this time this year it is happening on a Saturday night as well. Shani is the controlling because he's the Vara, the Lord of the Vara. That's point number. So that means this is a very auspicious event. Also, Saturn is also called as Kal. Okay, Shani is also called as Kal, the timekeeper Kal, and his consort, which is even Shiva is called as Kal, is also called as Mahakal, and his consort is called as Kali. So if you can see the connection again there with Saturn very clearly, Mahakal as well as Kali is consort. So they are together, Shiva and Shakti coming together, which is Mahakal and Kali coming together. Okay. Now, interestingly, when I started observing that, when you see even uh, Shiva is the Kula Devata of Lord Sri Krishna. Krishna was also born in the waning phase of the moon, which is Krishna Paksha, Ashtami Tithi. Exactly what you will see is, sun will be in Leo. And the month when Krishna Janmashtami is happening, what will happen? the sun will be in Leo because moon has to be in Rohini Nakshatra.
Exactly.
So somewhere in Leo, it has to be because it cannot be out of Leo. So if you can see, sun will be in Aquarius for Mahashivratri, sun will be in Leo during Krishna Janmashtami. So that means, Rudra, his Kuladevata is Rudra, but specifically it is Somanath in Gujarat. That's why, where he set up his kingdom, Mathura, we say, where the sunken city, also what we say, that's set in Saurashtra. Saurashtra is today's Gujarat, where Somanath is also there. So he is a school devata. It's believed that he built the first temple for him was built by Chandra in gold, and Krishna later on rebuilt it in wood, is what it is believed, rosewood. Anyway, now, this astronomical point that I wanted to explore before I go into the rituals, what people can do. Many people can skip this section if you're not interested in knowing that. Now, interestingly, Earth has an alignment of 23.5 degrees in its axis that it is rotating. Now, it would be interesting to note when this alignment is happening of this Amavasya, just one day before Amavasya, which is Chaturdashi. Because of this axis, somebody actually told me, and that's why I wanted to clarify this, is the sun, moon, and the earth are in a perfect alignment in some way, which is going to help us elevate our Kundalini Shakti, because that's the union that is happening between Shiva and Shakti, is when the energies are very ripe, and the spine, because the main thing that people forget about Shivratri is not just doing the fast and the rituals, but also to keep your spine straight the whole night. It is called Shivaratri. Mahashivratri is the vigil of keeping your vigil during the night. So the whole thing is to keep your spine straight, because your spine is what is the axis for your Shakti, which is at the base of your spine. And as you go towards the top of your spine to your Ajna Chakra, the command center, that's where the union is happening. So, Aditya, my question is there any astronomical thing that you know about the luminaries, which is sun and the moon, when they come together and they're joining on this Amavasya? Is there any specific thing that is with axis with respect to the earth? Like, for example, we know that every year around the 4th of January is when it is the sun is the closest to the earth.
True.
And 4th of July is when it is the farthest from the earth. So
True.
after this, which means typically this, what do you call that? Perihelion, right? It's coming close, and aphelion is being far.
Correct.
So perihelion, when it is happening, if you see, perihelion is typically happening within a fortnight from the winter solstice. Okay, and typically within 45 days or whatever, you see that this event is happening. Is there anything that is significant that you think astronomically there is some symbolism because of Earth's tilt and how it is moving? I mean, I'm just given to believe that there could be something phenomenon, because out of these 12, Masik Shivratris, why is this Shivratri being chosen to be called as a Mahashivratri? Is there anything that you can think or if comes to your mind?
Nothing is coming as specific to my mind, but as one thing, it's closer to the new moon.
Hmm.
That's when Shivratri is there. Sun and moon are almost aligned. That's there. But that's happening. We have 12 new moons in a year. What is the special about this one? Along the axis of maybe Aquarius or maybe in the Leo constellation. Um, it's about in Virgo. I know there is something special. There are a lot of galaxies. I have to research a bit. Right now, nothing is coming in my mind. But astrologically, yes, because It's opposite to the sign of Leo. Leo is what? When the sun is having his own house, basically. It's opposite of Leo. Sun is opposite of his own house, and sun is in his Saturn's house, which is his own enemy's house, maybe probably. Sun is in his enemy's house, actually. Not enemy, Saturn is his own sun, basically, SON. Astrologically, yes, I could see something, but astronomically, I need to do something to find out.
Because astrologically, what I'm also thinking is, you see, Aquarius is the Mul Trikona of Saturn, and Leo is the Mul Trikona of Sun. So this is the axis I feel which Saturn and Sun, which is like the father and son.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so that is one thing that I can think of.
And both are opposite qualities. Sun and Saturn are both opposite qualities, opposite. Shiva is, as you said in one of your past videos too, how Shiva and Shiva's family itself is like a whole epitome of opposite polarities. We
Correct.
discussed that.
Yes.
And that's what is happening here too. Sun is going exactly opposite to his own house, and in fact, in his own so-called enemy's house, you can say. And that shows probably embracing the opposite will grow. Maybe that can be a theme in itself, probably. But yeah, maybe this is a good point for me to ponder upon and what happens astronomically. That may be something that I think is coming right to my mind, but that can be.
My interest is astronomically what is happening on this new moon is what I want to see because of its proximity to the sun. Because what I'm given to believe that the energy at 11 degrees of the latitude is where they say the energies of Shiva is very, very potent. Because of that tilt of 23 degrees, it becomes, is this axis somewhere being activated? 11 degrees. See, we have Ekadasha Rudras, 11 Rudras. And why this axis of 11 degrees above the equator latitude is very important for this belief. Okay, anyway. Now, that is something which is a matter of research. But now let me talk a little bit about the practices or the rituals that have been done during a Mahashivratri. Okay. Now, when I started looking at Shivratri, Shivratri is usually divided into 4 quarters. I don't know how many of them know that the whole night of Shivratri is divided into four praharas. Now, what is a prahara means a unit of time. Okay, what is a prahara? Prahara in Sanskrit means to attack or to give a stroke or a blow or a knock is what prahar means. Okay, so in multiple languages also prahar means like a storm which is coming. Now, there are ashta praharas, which means they are said to be 8 praharas. So if you divide 24 hours by 8, you get each prahara to be 3 hours. Now, praharas are not fixed actually. It depends on the sunrise and the sunset time. And so there would exactly be 4 praharas in during the daytime and 4 praharas during the night time. So depending on the prahara time, so the 4 quarters of the night is divided into 4 praharas. So that is how the puja, the Mahashivratri puja will always progress with, there would be 4 beginnings and there would be 4 ends that will be happening during this night. Now, this prahar, this word also you can see it's very commonly used even in Hindi and Urdu and Sanskrit. Like for example, the word for afternoon is called dopahar. Dopahar. Dopahar means 2 praharas are there in the afternoon. Okay, so dopahar bolte hain isko. So anyway, now prahar, when I say
At least two prahars are over. We are in the third prayer because morning, 3 hours from sunrise.
in the first half of the day, 2 praharas will be at the second half of the day. That is why it's called dopahar. Dopahar. Okay, prahar. Okay, now the other interesting thing is what to do and what not to do during a Mahashivratri. Now, Mahashivratri, typically people start on the Triyodashi Tithi, because Triyodashi is when you start keeping the fast, generally people keep, because it is a Pradosh Vrat. Pradosh means on Triyodashi evening, that is when you start pradosh. Pradosh is also a prahar. The word pradosh is typically, if you see, it is between just after around sunset, which means after sahankala. Sahankala means between the second prahara of the day, the first prahara of the night, the evening after sunset will be pradosh, which is typically, you can say, it is between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., depending if you think that 6 a.m. is the sunrise and 6 p.m. is the sunset. So pradosh vrat is when people will start with the sankalpa, okay, and they start with fasting from Treyodashi Tithi, some people. But what is the idea? Is you start doing your fast and then you get up early in the morning in Brahma Muhurta, you take a shower and you do a Sankalpa with Lord Shiva. So, what are the typical things which are done during the Sankalpa? During the Mahashivratri, you get up in the morning and you keep a vrat that day by taking a little bit of water and some rice in your palm. Always remember, whenever you do a Sankalpa, always take rice grains which are unbroken. It should be full rice grains. You cannot use unbroken rice grains in doing a Sankalpa. So then in the Brahma Muhurta, people will get up, they wear clean clothes after their shower, and they observe a fast the entire day. Now, what does the fast includes?
So
You
you, again, to clarify, you said unbroken grain, correct?
Yeah.
So you need to take an unbroken, the whole grain.
Yes, absolutely right. And uncooked rice, I'm talking about uncooked rice for your sankalpa. By placing some rice and water in your palm, you take a vow that I'll be keeping a vrat for Mahashivratri. Now, what are the observations that are usually done during this time? People do not take salt and rice and any kind of pulse or grains or foods which is grain like wheat, rice, and all kinds of pulses and cereals are not taken on this day of the fast. People obviously will be avoiding any kind of non-vegetarian food, alcohol, and even including people have been following without taking garlic and onions because they are strictly avoided because they are aphrodisiac qualities and they are tamasic in nature. One more thing which I have popularly seen in the prayers of Lord Shiva is people will not offer certain flowers to Shiva on Mahashivratri day. Okay, so what are those kinds of things? One is called as a Ketaki flower because Ketaki flower was actually cursed by Shiva because Ketaki flower stood as testimony for the lie of Brahma. When Brahma said, "I found the top of the flaming linga," he said, "What is the proof?" Because Vishnu said, "I couldn't find the end when I went to the origin from the source, I couldn't find. But how, if you have found it, whose testimony?" So Brahma says, "There was this Ketaki flower who can stand as testimony." So Ketaki flower says, "Yes, I was there observing and he has seen the end." So Shiva has cursed Ketaki flower from being used in his worship. There is also Kadamba flowers, which has not been used. And there is other few other things which are not being used, like any fragrant flowers like champa, which is called as jasmine, is not used. What is popularly used? Shiva is always offered bel patra or bilva. Egel marmelos is called as the thing which has no smell. So for Shiva's worship, you can also not use tulsi because tulsi and shanka, which means you shouldn't blow the conch shell as well, because conch shell and tulsi is always used in Vishnu's worship. Okay, so the other thing that is not also offered to Shiva is coconut, because coconut, if Aditya, you've been in Maharashtra, coconut is usually called as Shrifal.
Mhm.
Shri is what? Lakshmi. So coconut is symbolic of goddess Lakshmi, and that's why she's called as Shrifal. And you cannot offer Lakshmi to an ascetic Shiva. Okay. Similarly, for the same reason, because Shiva is an ascetic, a yogi, a kapalika, okay, who goes with a begging bowl, you cannot offer him even kumkum, which is vermilion, because it is only offered to Shakti, which is Mata, but not to Shiva. So avoid giving vermilion, then broken rice also, because what is broken rice? Full rice is called as akshata. Akshata means which has the ability to join things and to increase the auspiciousness. Any damaged rice, uncooked rice that is used in Shiva Puja is not to be used. So that's why best not to use rice. That's why we don't even take rice during this. Salt and rice is avoided. So you cannot give turmeric also, because turmeric is associated with good fortunes and it is used in Vishnu's worship, and Shiva is not offered turmeric. So what are those things that you don't offer? Turmeric, haldi, coconut, which is shrifal, broken rice, and you cannot give kumkum or um, uh, vermilion. But what do you give instead for Shiva? You give bhasma. Bhasma means anything which is, from burnt things which are prepared. Bhasma. It's with some perfume things that you add. It is called as vibhuti. Okay, so this is offered to him. But what else is offered to him? You can offer him panchamrata. This is how the four praharas of the night, as I said, progress. Is what you do, you offer him datura flowers. Datura is a poisonous, anything which grows in the wilderness, in the wild, like wild berries. Okay, ak flowers. Ak is also called as Calotropis gigantea. This is the botanical name. Okay, it is also called as Madar. It's also called as Arka. So Ark, and in Marathi also we call it Rui. So it is a poisonous plant. So any poisonous flowers like bhang, we say, cannabis, hemp, that's given to Shiva. Then you're giving datura to Shiva, which is also or flowers, and you're giving him bel patra, okay, which has got no smell. Tulsi has smell. Anything which doesn't smell is given to Shiva. Other than that, what happens during the evening is, typically they start by the four praharas. The first prahar which starts, is the pradosh. Okay, that is the first prahar which starts during the thing, and then there is a special puja which is the next prahara is called as Nishita Puja. So the first quarter of the night is usually there is a ceremony of bathing, Shiva with milk, and then they use sesame seeds, black till, what we say, and bilwa leaves are used in his worship. There is also a special dish which is made from 5 vegetables cooked. Okay, and there is also khichdi, which is made, which is like a pudding, which is made from pure rice and black pepper. That is offered to him, but it is cooked rice, but it is not taken that night because people are keeping on fast. Okay, then the next prahara, which I said is Nishita Puja, is when he's, he is abhishekam of curd is used, yogurt is used, fruits are kept for him, lemon juice is offered to him, and a sweet dish which is called as kheer is also made as prasad. It's a pudding. Okay, the third prahar, which means the third quarter of the night, ghee is used for doing his abhishekam. Okay, sandalwood paste is offered to him. Again, black sesame seeds are given to him. Malpua is a sweet, which is a fried savory, is given to him. Pomegranate is offered, and pomegranate juice is also offered to him, and camphor is offered to Lord Shiva in the third prahara. And last, the final prahara before the sunrise happens. This is the last, abhishekam, which means hydration with honey, is done. Urad dal, black gram, is given to him, and green gram is given to him. Then flowers of Shanka Pushpi, specific flowers of morning glory, is used. Bilva is again given, and a fried thing which is called as Medu Vada is also offered to him. Okay, so that is the last prahara, and this is how the celebration happens during the night when people are singing in glory of Lord Shiva. So the main things that you have to remember is to keep your vigil towards the complete night during the four praharas, which means the four quarters of the night, and observing yourself and immersing in complete worship of Lord Shiva by keeping your spine straight. This is the most important thing that you can do. And simply, you can also chant Om Namah Shivaya, or people can also chant this mantra, Om Samba Sadha Shivaya Namaha. Om Samba Sadha Shivaya Namaha. So this will absolutely be a great day for all of you. So Aditya, do you wanted to share anything else that I must have missed in this whole process that I was telling about?
No, I just, oh, great. Thank you, Dr. Pai. But I just found the 11th, no, as you said, Ekadash Rudra, very significant, this is the festival for Shiva. He is having 11 Rudra. So 11th number is very important. Many 11 coming into the picture, if you see. 11 Rudras, that is, okay, fine. Which sign is this? When the sun is in, you said in Aquarius, which is 11th sign. Then which month it is coming? Maga month, which is which month? 11th month.
10 month, correct.
Even if you see the temples, what's there in 11-degree latitude? If you see, maybe I'll share my slide.
Yeah.
Famous temples at 11 degree. Do you see this? This two? One is Chidambaram temple, which is at 11-degree north latitude. Other is that is at the eastern coast of India. In the western coast of India, near Kerala, we have Vadakumnathan temple.
What is it?
Vadakumnathan.
Okay.
Vadakum, Sri Vadakumnathan temple,
Hmm.
which is also dedicated to Shiva. So on the eastern coast, western coast, around 11 degrees, two Shiva temples.
Hmm.
Okay. Vadakumnathan. It's a famous temple, but actually. Okay. 11 degrees north, you have that temple.
Hmm.
So we are talking about sun. Sun has got very significance about 11 years solar cycle. We know sunspot numbers. If you see the sunspots, they reduce and increase, and that's a 11-year cycle. Again, sun is related to Shiva again, as we mentioned. Where this is happening in the sign of Aquarius, as we mentioned, which is 11th sign. But where is Aquarius in the sky? Let me show you that picture too. And you will see something significant there too. Let me share the screen. Okay, you see this? This is the Aquarius sign. You see this 11 degrees south latitude.
Yeah.
So this is Capricorn here. This is actually this lambda star is nothing but the Yogatara of Shatabisha. So it is when here that is when your Shivratri is celebrated, when the sun is transiting this point. 11 degree south of the this 0 degree is nothing but your projection of equator on the sky. So it's when exactly the declination of the sun is 11 degrees.
Hmm.
The latitude of the sun is again 11 degrees. There's so many 11 degrees concept coming into picture. You see, I never did this. When you were just talking, I was just thinking about the significance of 11. So these
So
are all, yeah.
Aditya, what is happening at 11 degrees? Is there any Yogatara at 11 degrees of Aquarius or anything? Or where is the exact Yogatara of Satabishak falling?
It is 17 degree of Aquarius from sidereal point.
Okay.
But, but but that is 17 degrees of Aquarius, but it is falling at 11 degrees south or about 11 degrees south latitude.
Okay, latitude 7 degrees. Okay,
11 degrees south latitude.
south
On the
latitude. See, this is very important, right? So the
yes,
declination is 11 degrees, you're saying.
declination 11 degrees. Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very near to, not exact, maybe around 9, 10, but this whole region is
Yeah.
basically. Uh, so somehow 11 degrees is coming, maybe playing a very important role.
Yeah.
And 11, 1 and 1. Again, when we see Aquarius, who rules Aquarius? One is Saturn, one is Rahu. 11 is a very significant, strong number, Ekadash Rudra, and it's the first sign when a number in mathematics, when that it is repeated itself. No number has ever repeated. If you want to repeat one number and again put, it's the lowest number is 11.
Mm.
Because it's the first time when a number is repeating itself.
Mm. Wow. No, this is very fascinating. Some things that are coming up and some of the rituals that we're seeing on this specific day, it needs more people to think that why these festivals have been celebrated during these times and what our ancients might have seen and observed astronomically, astrologically, even
Correct.
the significance that are also aligned. It's very fascinating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
Any
yeah, I think, yeah. So, sorry, I interrupted you in between.
No, 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 you didn't interrupt me. I was just asking, is there anything that also you have observed, anything else that comes to your mind that
No,
you
so,
want to share?
so far that's it. Right now nothing, but it was nice actually. It was great to suddenly make this plan, and it so happened that it worked out
Exactly.
beautifully.
Yeah. So I think we never planned for this, and it was maybe last 4 or 5 hours is when we actually planned to actually do this video. We tried to see if we can get EG and Santip, but because of time and things, we thought that we should put this video up as quickly as possible before it becomes too late for people in India. Because I think whatever is it, it will be the morning time as we upload this video for people, so they can still go ahead and follow the rituals, and because Shivratri will be in the night.
Correct. And I think with that, I would like to wish all our viewers happy Mahashivratri, and let Mahashivakal or Shiva bless all of us and help us to overcome our fears and come out of our problems. And I wish you a very happy Shivratri.
Yes. Thanks everybody, and thanks Aditya for your time to come and share these things. It's always a pleasure to have you and the other team members to come and share this wholeheartedly. So I also learn from your interacting with all of you people. So I'm very grateful. So thanks everybody, and very happy Mahashivratri to all of you. Okay.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Thank you.